Oh, there you are. Okay, I was just kind of doing my breathing exercises and getting centered for today's episode of Bandits. So, how you all guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Happy Easter to everyone and your families out there. How you doing? We're doing great in our own part of the world, and I hope you are doing great too. Last week on Brand Date, we went over the things that we have covered so far and also gave a little sneak preview into what we are going to do next. And what we're going to do next is dive a little deeper into what branding involves, the logo, the other aspects of the brand identity. And then we have quite a few questions that we've received from viewers, and I'd like to tell you all thank you very much for sending your questions. It makes us feel good that you are paying attention and you really want to really work on your brands and make them better. But for today, we're looking at brands, logos, and identities. So we had reminded you last week, and that was a shock and horror to many people, that your brand does not belong to you. Remember? That when I heard it the first time too, it was a hard pill to swallow. So people keep saying, it's my brand, it's your business. But the brand, guess who it belongs to? Belongs to the people out there who listen, who watch, who buy, who purchase your services, who come for your coaching classes, who engage your services for consultancy, who buy your products, who align with your philosophies, who follow you on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you are as on social media, come for your talks. Those are the people. Without them, truly without them, there'll be no us. We would have no brand. So it is their brand, and we are the brand custodians. So the brand, remember, belongs to those who love it and those who use it over and over again. Are the best brand brand developers. Let me put it that way. We are the custodians, we are the nannies of the brand, so to speak. We are the parents, perhaps, but we do not own. At best, we're co creators. I think I'll stay with co creator. That makes me feel a bit better. So also remember that the relationship between a brand and the real brand owners is not always a rational one. It's an emotional one. It's a psychological one. I may not tell you. It's like when you have different friends and they're all good to you, but you can't say why you like this one. There's that X factor, and you can't say I like this one more than I like that one for this reason. It's emotional, it's psychological, it's personal, deeply personal. And what we want is for more people to feel that way deeply about us, to actually come and patronize our services over and over again. You know. So what about the logo? Haha. Surely that's a brand. Let me pause and laugh in epic first. No, 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 no. Bam, bam, bam. A logo is not a brand. A logo is nice to have. At a certain point in the development of your brand, it is a must have. But a logo is not a brand. A logo enhances, it forms part of the brand development. But the logo is typically, at best, is a trademark, and at the basic level, it is a symbol of a brand. You know. So let's go into what a symbol is. A symbol is something for a brand, is something that helps you further differentiate you from other brands. Let me say that again. That symbol, that thing you call a logo, will help differentiate you further from other brands, just as your name would. If you're called Beauty and one other person is called Precious, for instance, you will not, if you keep mixing Precious and Beauty, then you're really mixing up the people. The same way, the logo and the name help differentiate who you are from who the other person is, and then the other emotional things come into it. The logo is something that you can rally behind and line up against, line up behind it. Now, yesterday I was doing some house cleaning, and I saw, my husband is a Man United fan. I belong to everybody. Let me put it that way. And I saw an old Man United keyring. Now it was rusty and everything, but I cleaned it up and I put it back where I found it because I know that my husband loves Man United. Anything. We have t-shirts that he's not wearing anymore, but we cannot throw out those t-shirts. I can throw out anything else. He's a fan. He may not be a super fan, but he's a fan, and that's an emotional thing. I mean, what are you going to do with the rusty keyring? But there's something he can line up against because it means something deep to him. And it's also something that you can show a sense of belonging. All of you can get on a WhatsApp group, or you can get on a Facebook page, or you can get on the fan page. I think there's Manu TV. All of them have TVs, stations online, and in on digital satellite TV. And you can watch. You find out what's happening in the club. They know. I mean, even I know Sir Ferguson. You know, by how would I call it? By is it osmosis? I think it must have been osmosis because I wasn't looking to know him, you know. So those are some of the things that when you see a logo, it represents something. Many things go into a logo. There's a shape, there's a color, there's a font, there's so many things, there's space. Now I'll just show you a couple of logos and just get your idea on what you think they would be for. We have the baby lounge. So, what do you think this would be for? Would this be for a hotel for babies? Would this be for nanny services? What do you think it would be for? All will be revealed next week. We have this, Kaiser Foods. Now, if we told you that this was for foods, would you believe? Would you agree? Would you accept? Look at everything, the typography, the colors, etc. I'd like your opinion on this. And then, because I do not put people out to dry without putting myself on the line too, we have this too. We have Julia Jacks Consulting. You see the logo, you see the name, you see the fonts. Okay. So like I said, many things go into a logo. There's the values, there's the shape, there's the colors, there's the fonts. And each of those things, if you pick one font, it has a different meaning. If you pick one color, it has a different meaning. If I were to have this, for instance, in blue, it would symbolize something different. If I were to have it in black, it would symbolize something different. With the font as well, it will all signify something different. We are going to delve into more of this because I believe this is where a lot of us falter. But the good thing about it is that if you falter, even like in naming a child could wake up, grow up, and say, "Hey, I don't want that name anymore. This is who I want to be. This is what my new name is," and change their name legally. Same way you can change your name as a brand, and you can change your logo. So you're not stuck. Whatever you started off with, you're not stuck with it. So we're going to delve more into the world of colors, typography, what to do, when you're coming up with a logo as a growing brand, whether you actually do need a logo as a growing brand. And I'm going to do my best to get in a brand expert who is also a graphic designer. Get him in next week and let's see how we can drill down a little bit further into this. But I also have some good news for you. I had promised, not on this platform, but on our Julia Jacks Consulting platform, that we would do a brands at brunch. We're scheduled to do it next year. So I'd like to ask how many of you would like to join us while we dig into how to build a brand. And we're looking at doing it in May, probably 4 weeks of 2 weeks online. It's going to be very practical. It's going to be very hands-on. We talk, you talk, you come with your questions, you come with your ideas, and we would have the subject matter experts, including me, and other subject matter experts. It will not be free. but it will give you value. So if you are interested in it, just send a message to us on Facebook or Instagram at Julia Jacks Consulting. I think we'll also post our office address on this. We'll pin it to this particular post. So so you can reach us and say, just write interested, just say interested, and we'll share the details with you. We'll also put up the flyer by next week so that you can plan. And then, hey, 2 hours a week for 4 weeks to really get to nuts and bolts with the brand and find out how other people are doing with their brands. And if you want a one-on-one, we're here. Meanwhile, let's wait until next week where we continue with this extremely fascinating to me, and I hope to you, edition of Bandits concerning logos, identities, and you. Take care, enjoy your Easter, and see you next week. Bye.